Okay, I think this is working. Oh, how are we doing? If anyone is watching, this is my first live stream, so don't criticize me too bad if there's any technical issues. I'm doing my best. I know the camera quality is not where it needs to be because I'm not built for that. So hopefully the sound quality is all right though, which it should be. How are we doing, guys? Killboy. Oh, okay. I know which one of you's that in the chat. I don't know which one it is, but I'm not hearing it. Jack, what Jack has made? How's it going, man? Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I've been working hard. We had a couple months of just shit, and now we're doing pretty well. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's good. Thank you, Martin, man. Thank you, CJ. Oh damn, everyone's in here. This is crazy. My first live streams. Yeah, okay. So don't criticize me too much. How Colby deserves a title shot over Bilal or Burns? Yeah, I mean it's the fight game, isn't it? People care about the trash talk rather than actual performances. Guys like Bilal get overlooked. That's just how it is. Whoever draws eyes, we know how Dana goes. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with everything here. This is a new game for me. Thank you, Divyansh Singh. Sorry if I've butchered your name. Yeah, I've been working on the green screen. I know the quality's not great. There's a little bit of bleed on the edges, but I made this background myself, which is pretty cool. Sparty, thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I know it's been done before, but I was like, let's try and do it my way with some new ones in there. And hey, it's doing all right, isn't it? Seems to be the thing that's put me off recently, so I'm happy about it. I might do a part 3. I don't know down the line if that's something anyone would be interested in. Let me know. In fact, actually, let me know. What would you want to see? Is there anything in particular you want to see me make a video on? Because I'm actually struggling for ideas. I spent like 3 hours today just brainstorming, making really crap thumbnails and doing random shit, and it just nothing was sticking. So I could actually use some ideas. How many people we got in there? 5 people. Okay, we're growing. We're getting there. Early stages, everyone. Remember you were there for the first live stream. Yeah, I hope everything's all right. So if we have any technical issues, I apologize. I'm learning on the job here. This is foreign to me. Obviously, I'm used to doing video on the podcast channel, but this is new on here, so. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to see the support, I gotta say. Yeah, like 2K subs in like, actually no, not a bit less than that, but in like a week and a half. Crazy. Dream podcast guest. I'd like to get Tom Aspinall on there one day. That's he's my favorite fighter, so probably him. I don't know, or Leon Edwards, any of the English guys, to be honest. They're paving the way. Arnold Allen, actually, because he likes meal deals, and who doesn't like meal deals? So one of those guys. I don't know, anyone who's a fighter really, but there's not a lot of fighters I have like a proper attachment to. So I don't know. It's a weird one. Thank you, CJ, man. I appreciate that. I'm trying. I was losing motivation for a little bit a couple months ago because I was just video after video was not hitting. Now we've had a nice little run, so but I kept going, and that's why I probably wouldn't have had the success recently if I didn't. So I can't be mad about it. Sorry, I'm just making sure everything's okay. I'm so worried something's just gonna go wrong. We're working on it. How did I get into MMA? I actually remember I started watching properly. I think my first event was 2019. No, 2018. It was just after Khabib versus McGregor's when I started taking it seriously. I didn't watch the event itself actually, but I sort of was like, I was kind of interested because obviously it was a massive, it's the biggest pay-per-view event ever. Started watching from there and I kind of just fell in love. And every week, just, I'm there, pay-per-views. I mean, staying up till 6 a.m., being from the UK, that's how it tends to go. But yeah, no, I don't know, you fall in love with it. And then I thought maybe I can have a crack at YouTube. About a year ago, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, because I wasn't really a fan of uni. My degree just wasn't really going my way that I wanted it to. I was like, screw it, let's give it a go. 3 videos in, hit a nice bit of traffic, and kind of just been going ever since. And look at now, we've got people in a live chat. I'm live streaming, all foreign to me, but we're just cruising. This is what we got to do in this game. You just put yourself out there, do the things you would never normally do, and then you get the opportunities. So yeah, 8 people in it. Charles versus Islam. Oh, see, look, I put a poll out on my community tab actually for this, and I was like, it's surprisingly close, right? I'd inclined to say Islam just purely because of how he shut down Charles's BJJ last time, and that was pretty significant, right? So that's more where I'm leaning towards. I would love more than anything for Charles to win because I think he's the guy. You can't not like Charles, right? Charles is definitely not he's one of the most exciting fighters ever. Not just now, but ever. He's finish or get finished, and that's just how he fights. And now he's learning English, getting a bit more charismatic on the mic. It's hard not to love him. So I would want Charles to win. If I would have had a gun to my head, right, I'm picking Islam though, just purely on a grappling basis. The fact he was willing to go to ground with Charles, was able to hang with him on the feet. He caught him with the right hook multiple times, and obviously set it up off Charles's switch kick. So I could see Islam getting another win again as well in Abu Dhabi. He's got the Muslim crowd behind him, so I think all pointers go to Islam winning that fight. It's a close one though. It's MMA. This is what I always say in my videos. It's MMA. Anything can happen. Literally, this is how it is. Leon Colby. I'm a massive Leon fan, so he won me a lot of money on the second and third fight. So I'm always going to pick Leon there. I never any doubt really. It was the same with Usman. In fact, it's a closer fight than the Usman one was, though. I'll say that. I think stylistically it's difficult. It's a bit more hard, bit more difficult for him. Usman's much more of a power puncher on the feet, and Colby's more of like a pressure fighter. So I think he's going to struggle with that a bit more than he did against Usman. But I think Colby's on his way out. He's old. He's an old man. He's like 35. So I could see Leon taking that for sure. If he keeps it on the feet, I don't think there's any contest there. So it's a Leon win for me. He's in his prime. Autistic Pineapple. I like that name. How you doing, man? Good to see you. How many people we got in here now? 9 people. Early days, guys. You were here, remember? Because I'm going to start live streaming more regularly. I haven't got a schedule, but I thought, fuck it. Let's just run with it. See how it goes. Yeah, well, you'll see more of this. Hopefully I'll upgrade the camera soon. Get some much better quality. I know you got this weird shimmering on the green screen, as I said. So I'm working on fixing that. Jiri versus Alex. Oof. I mean, mate, that's a fight I can't call. I love that fight just purely on how crazy it is. I don't like how much Jiri leaves his chin in the air defensively. So if it stays on the feet, I'm seeing Alex catching him there. Obviously, he's got that left hook, which is just there for the taking. And if Glover can catch him, I hate to do MMA math, but Pereira's got a very good chance there. Yeah, I would be very upset if Colby wins. I like what he brings. I mean, he brings the eyes. When I was at 286, and he just came into the crowd at like some part way through the main card, and the whole crowd was just stood up, looking at what he was doing, and he was wearing this pink velvet suit. And he instantly just stole the show, and he wasn't even fighting, right? So he clearly brings the eyes. So I actually quite like what he does. Whether he pushes the boundaries a little bit too much, that's another debate. But obviously, I'm a Leon fan first. So who's he beat that's actually elite? Well, I got to test my knowledge here. Off the top of my head, I'm not good with this sort of thing. But, I mean, to be fair, there was the stat about him not getting a win over the top 15 in quite a while, which is pretty crazy, right? But he's a good fighter. I mean, let's not be around the bush. I'd actually argue he beat Usman in the second fight, as close as it was. I'm not mad about the draw. But he's clearly got the talent, but I think the age will catch up to him. I think the lower weight classes you go down, that's when speed becomes more of a factor, obviously. And welterweight, sort of in that middle point, but 35s, around the age 36, you're going to start to see drop-offs. And at the elite level, that's when it's really going to matter, right? So Edwards is in his prime. I think he has the edge there. As a Czech, I should be cheering for Jiri, but I'm not giving our boy much of a chance. Yeah, Alex does hit too hard, man. I mean, in terms of striking, I think the reason Jiri has so much success is because of how unorthodox he is, right? That's where the success comes. I think against Alex, he might hit a wall. I think it's such a struggle. And it's not even like a middleweight moving up to like heavyweight, because Alex is just that massive, right? He's a bit of a weight bully at middleweight. So coming up, it's not really much of a difference. He's still huge. We saw how big he looked against Jan. And to be fair, I actually think he was fortunate to be fighting at Salt Lake City again because, fighting at Salt Lake City, it worked in his favor, right? Because the high altitude was, killing everyone's cardio on that card, and that worked in Alex's favor because Jan couldn't really implement his wrestling game plan. Wasn't able to get the takedown too often past the first round, so it worked for him there. I think in any other circumstance, I think Jan would have won that fight. So Alex Pereira, he's beatable, very beatable guy for sure. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I love that matchmaking because at the end of the day, it's an exciting fight, and we're fight fans first, So we'll see how that goes. But I love it. I think we got a lot of nice fights coming up. It's quite nice to have a break though this week because first week without an MMA on a Saturday for a couple of weeks. It's quite nice because we've had so much, right? Which has been quite a lot for me to deal with, like on the content front. Obviously on the podcast we're doing every week. With Will from Casual's Corner, who you should go check out, by the way, because we're going to be starting streaming together pretty soon. Big platform on Instagram and YouTube as well. So we're going to be start streaming together on top of the podcast, which we do weekly. So you can check that out. But it's nice to have a bit of a break from MMA just for a little bit, Good to have a little, just bit of retrospective, just reflect. How many people we got? So okay, we lost a couple of people. But that's all right. Baby steps, guys. Oh my god, look at that shimmering on the green screen. It's terrible. Got to sort that out. I need to get better lighting and a better camera. But that will come. I invested in the mic first because I was like, right, if I'm recording, it's got to be good. PFL card. Yeah, man, I saw that. In fact, I was actually thinking of doing the video I'm writing right now. More my unscripted one, but a little bit of notes and just for general recording. I thought about doing it on him, how the UFC missed him, because I think that's a missed opportunity. It creates potential. Obviously, he had loads of big stars at the PFL event as well. You've got guys like Mbappe watching. It's just a big stage, right? And he proved it. Coming out with the mattress in the walkout was pretty impressive. So I thought about doing a video on that, but I decided not to. But we got something else coming out. You'll see tomorrow. I'm not going to spoil what it is. Hopefully you enjoy that. And on Friday, we got another one. I miss when they used to have events on Wednesdays. Would love to see that come back. Yeah, I don't know how long ago that was. Maybe I'm too much of an late fan for that. Or maybe I'm just being stupid, but I don't know. Why not stream on the weekend, Lo? Yeah, I was going to actually. I was going to stream yesterday, but I had a load of technical issues. I couldn't figure it out. Sort of managed to figure them out now. It was to do with OBS. I'm still learning. So that was my plan. I was planning on doing the podcast, editing the podcast, and then coming on here and streaming, but didn't really have the time to do that. So I was like, okay, we'll put it off. We'll do it on Monday night. I haven't got a schedule yet. So in the end, I'm probably going to start streaming on Sunday evenings, UK time. So that'll be, if you're in America, East Coast, like 2 p.m., something like that. I don't actually know where all you guys are from. I know I have a audience that's quite spread out, but yeah, that will be rough timing. Again, I might start Fridays, Sundays. I think I've got a stream plan on Wednesday with Casual's Corner, who I did the podcast with. So stay tuned for that. We're going to try and iron that out. It should be happening on the Wednesday. Yeah, I thought I'd start live stream because I want to connect with you guys a little bit more because I feel like I'm a little bit disconnected. I don't really have a face in the game, right? Because my videos don't really need a face cam. That was just more of a personal decision. I was just like, they don't need them. So I was like, why don't I start live streaming so I can connect with you guys a little bit more? Doombay would be a big draw for Paris cards too. Yeah, I know. It's like a no-brainer, right? I think the more we saw how good the French crowd was, it was crazy. So I feel it's such a missed opportunity. I always say that whenever we get fighters from Europe, it's like anyone that's got good talent, sign them up because it's such a big opportunity for the European market. Speaking as a UK fan myself. So yeah, it's It's a no-brainer, really. I don't understand. Maybe they passed up on him, and I think maybe the contract, they're asking for a lot of money, agents. That's a guess I could make, because we've seen like a lot over the last couple of years. You've got guys coming off the Contender Series getting paid peanuts, and they go on to be big stars on really little contracts because it's a money game at the end of the day. That's how it goes. You're from India. That's crazy, man. See, look, I need to put this into perspective. It's difficult to really visualize how crazy it is. I've got people from all over the world watching my videos, which is, when I actually say it, it's pretty crazy, right? So I'm glad, yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. I'm glad you're aboard. I'm glad you're aboard the team with big things planned this year. A lot of cool stuff, trying to up everything. Charles versus Covington, who wins? Oof. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I can't even visualize that. I don't know. I mean, as I said, I'm a big Charles fan, so I'd love to see Charles take that. But the grappling, if it was now, I'd probably say Covington. Couple years, Charles, because Covington's, he'll drop off very quickly. That's how the fight game goes. You drop, once you're off the pace, you're a little bit too old, can't move as fast, reaction time's not there. I think that will be a problem. And a guy like Charles, still really in his prime, big things planned. We've got a lot of chats coming in here. PFL plays well, probably. Yeah, I mean, they do. I mean, I'm not surprised. PFL's doing all the right things. I think just in terms of marketing, they need to push it a little bit more. But I love what PFL were doing. So I'm not surprised guys are going there. UK crowd's far and away the best. Yeah, I agree. I could not hear myself speak. I was at the Fight Night London in March where Aspinall beat Volkov, which was fucking insane. And I was at 286, which equally, just the crowd was insane. Like, I could not hear myself speak. The broadcasts don't really do it justice. USA here. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised, CJ. We got a lot of USA. Most of my fans, that feels a bit weird. Subscribers, they're from America, so I'm not surprised though. So welcome aboard. I'm glad to have you. What do you think about Wonderboy sacrificing himself to Shavkat? I'm glad you bring this up, actually, because I think that's a closer fight than people are saying, right? I don't understand the Shavkat hype too much. I was actually thinking about making a video on him. I think grappling-wise, he's really good, but on the feet, he's got zero head movement. Jeff Neal was battering him in a lot of cases, and he was relying on his chin a little bit too much, and you can't keep doing that in this game. So I actually think if it stays on the feet, Wonderboy's got a very good chance, and I think there could be a really big upset there. I don't really understand people seeing this as a sacrifice. I think on the feet, it's a very close matchup. I do. Macedonia, mad. Glad to have more European fans. That's crazy. Norway, oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Remembered Ferguson is fighting Paddy. My day is ruined. Yeah, it's a bit of a. Depends on how you look at it. It's a bit of a poison chalice, that fight. I don't think Paddy's really going to gain any stock from winning or losing. Don't really want to see Ferguson go on a loss, but we'll see. I don't know, man. It's actually weird. I don't know. Paddy actually just commented on my videos just like an hour ago, which is kind of crazy. And I feel a bit bad because I kind of went in on him a little bit in my previous one. But you know what? That's my opinion. I'm not gonna change that. UK, yeah. You're my guy right there. Tony Ferguson been making me sad each time he steps inside the octagon. Tough to watch. Yeah. I mean, it's the fight game. This is what we talk about. You get old, you drop off. Things just don't go your way. 12 years unbeaten he went, and then now he's lost 6 in a row. Probably the worst drop-off in history, I'd say. I think it's up there. I mean, it's rough for him, man. Shavkat's grappling could be a problem for Wonderboy. I agree it's closer than people think. Yeah. I think if you go back and watch that Jeff Neal fight, I mean, he clearly convincingly was winning, right? But he took some heavy shots. Any other fighter gets rocked by some of those punches that he took. He's got a crazy chin, and that's a good plus to have. You can't keep relying on it. You need to up your defense. And, Wonderboy can catch. If anyone's going to catch him, Wonderboy can do it. He's one of the best strikers in the game. Awkward to deal with. Got the karate stance, which not a lot of people are running with these days. It's a tricky one. So I love that matchup. I don't understand it. I think it's a perfect springboard as well. If Wonderboy can win it, which I'd absolutely love, then that's a springboard for a title shot right there. He steals all of that hype. I could very much see them doing that. Let's say Leon beats Colby. I'd love a Leon Wonderboy matchup. We could have had that in the past, but it didn't happen. What do you think would have won Fiziev Gamrot if not for the early injury? It's too early to tell, innit? I don't know. I'd always like that fight, but Gamrot was looking really good. I think he was surprising a lot of people. Grappling is always going to be more effective than striking, I think, generally speaking, if you can implement your game plan. So I was inclined to say Gamrot just from the early minutes, but we know how dangerous Fiziev is. He's an absolute killer. So Lose-lose situation for Paddy. Yeah, if he wins, the fans will hate it. If he wins by split, he loses to Prime Tony by split. Yeah, past Prime Tony, sorry. And if he loses to Tony, then yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the problem when you're fighting a veteran. And even more, you're under so much scrutiny when you've got as much publicity as Paddy does. So it's a tough one for him. But, you know, he took the fight. He said, actually, in the comment on my video, he said he never turns down a fight. So fair play to him. He's not turning it down. He's going to take it. It's an opportunity. He's already got enough hype, so it's not something to steal from Tony. But it's, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fight. A win's a win. He just has to keep going if he gets the W. We'll see how it goes. We'll see whether he gets the fairy tale ending, Tony does, or Paddy steals that and gives him a nasty ending, which could happen. I mean, 6 losses on the trot. Won't really surprise me. But we'll see. It's a shame, because we know how good Tony used to be. The boogeyman. Not anymore. Islam Oliveira rematch. I said this earlier in the Leosha Kenyon. Yeah, I said earlier, you just missed it, but I'm leaning towards Islam. Brain says Islam. Heart very much wants Charles to win. I hope it's Charles, but we'll see. Izzy Silva was a veteran fight that was good for both parties. Yeah, I love that. That was a real passing of the torch moment, and I think that really should have been the moment Silva retired. It's kind of a shame that didn't happen, but I think you'll get so attached to the game, right? There's nothing like fighting. With these guys, it's their livelihood, their career. I think you get so attached to it. So I'm not surprised he wanted to just keep on fighting. And you get guys overstaying their welcome. So, as I said, Silva was an example. Tony looks to be another. Yeah, he did drop Chandler and Green. Yeah, I agree. And he looked quite good in that opening round against Chandler. But the thing is, when you get to this age, things change so quickly. And that was what? I mean, off the top of my head, a year or two ago against Chandler. The drop-off's going to be way down now. It's just going to keep getting worse because he's 39. At lightweight, that's pretty significant. So I'm not going to be too surprised if Paddy takes the W there. We've got 14 people in here. Pretty cool. Yeah, again, thank you so much on the support on all the videos. It's all a bit crazy to me. It was a year, just under a year it took of making videos, and we hit 10k subs, which is fucking nuts. And now we're on 11k in like another week, so it's a crazy little ride. Hopefully down the line we'll have a hell of a lot more of you in here, you know, tuning in. It'll be good. All in good time though. So I'm looking through OBS right now, so this is a little bit strange for me. Just trying to figure everything out. Just tell me if the video or the audio just drops until. Do let me know. What about Jones and Stipe? I hope for a Stipe upset. Yeah, I'd love that as well. I mean, I'm always of the opinion that Jones lost to Reyes, and I'll die on that hill. But I don't know. I'd like a Stipe. I'd love a Stipe win. I think one of my best MMA memories was watching him in that 4th round against DC when he started landing those liver shots and came back and won that second fight. That's brilliant. That would be a great one. But yeah, I love it. I mean, Jones outside the cage, I don't need to speak too much on that. I'm not really a fan. I don't think anyone can be of some of his actions, but it's hard to deny his accomplishments inside the cage, right? So you've got to respect the ability and the power. I just wish we saw more of him at heavyweight. It was almost annoying how good he was against Gane because we didn't really see it happen. Because guys like up-and-comers in heavyweight, I think absolutely destroy him. I think Tom Aspinall dog walks John Jones tomorrow like it's nothing. But Stipe, a little bit too old now. I don't know. Sean versus Corey matchup, Jacob. Corey seems like the worst matchup due to his reach and growing implementation of wrestling. Yeah, I mean, it's a striking symphony, isn't it, that one? I love it. Corey Sandhagen's one of the most exciting guys in the division. I know his fight against Rob Font was a bit boring. Did what he had to do to win. He fought a good game plan. Rob Font couldn't really counter. Did all the right things. Yeah, I like it. I think the problem with Sean to deal with is his reach. It's so difficult to get in range. Like, Aljamain struggled so much in that. You know, trying to get in, and he got clipped on the way in. That's how it is. Corey, obviously, he's got that sort of longer frame as well. That's why that matchup's so interesting, because it's quite an uncommon one at bantamweight to have, you know, 2 guys, let alone one, with that skinny sort of tall frame going against each other. So I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, Corey will definitely have the edge in the grappling department, but Sean's takedown defense is very good. So we'll see. People underestimating the difficulty Stipe gives Jones. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think that's a fight many people can call, because as I said, we've seen so little of Jones at heavyweight. And to be honest, those 15 seconds on the feet looked sluggish, looked slow. Which obviously, I'm chatting shit a little bit here. A little bit of me just wanting to see Jones lose, but I think we need to see more. But the problem is, I think Jones is going to call it a day. I think if he beats Stipe, that's it. As much as I wish that's not the case, because I'd love to see him versus Aspinall, because I think Aspinall is the future. I think he's going to be the future best heavyweight ever. Really, that guy's unbelievable. No, do I think Izzy deserves another immediate rematch? No, no way. He's just won the title back. Let the division move on. You can't win the title back, then lose it again, then get another shot. There's no way. You got to let the division move. That's what keeps this sport so exciting, and why we all keep watching is because new fighters are coming in, new contenders. That's what makes it good. When you get guys holding up the division like that, I think back to like McGregor in particular, just holding up the division, not even fighting. I know that's a bit of a different scenario, but just comes to mind. No, but Izzy does not deserve a rematch. As much as I am somewhat of a fan of Izzy inside the cage, I appreciate what he does. It's hard not to deny his accomplishments, right? So, but no, he doesn't deserve the rematch. Sean, I can see Dricus du Plessis versus Sean. I think it's the fight to make, right? Jones can't lose. I think he should retire at the top after beating Stipe. Yeah, that's how I think it's going to happen. I think that's how it's going to go. As much as I don't want it to happen, because we all want to see John Jones lose. You want to see the best guy lose. Everyone loves an underdog, right? Leon Edwards versus Usman. One of the best moments of all time. My favorite MMA moment of all time, personally. Same sort of vibe, right? And, you know, when you're at the top, everyone's sort of vying for your downfall. That's kind of how it has to be. I think Aspinall's the one guy who can do it. I don't think that's even close, personally. Since Aspinall fought Arlovski, just before he was in the top 15, or just when he got into the top 15 of the division, I was like, this guy's the real deal. So unbelievably good. And how he fought against Tybura most recently, a year out due to injury, and he's fighting like Apollo Creed, Muhammad Ali. It's crazy. 260 pounds moving like that. It's wild. So Aspinall's the future. I think Aspinall's the only guy who really gives Jones a hard time in that division. Maybe Pavlovich can catch him, but I think he'll run into the same problems Garn had. Grappling's not good enough. Jones will take him down and deal with him. But Aspinall's grappling is elite level. So I think that's how I see that heavyweight division panning out. In an ideal world, but I think what's going to happen is Jones is going to retire. Then we'll probably see Aspinall fight for the vacant title against Pavlovich. Maybe Garn. Where would I rank Sean Strickland upset? What, in comparison to every upset ever? It's up there. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I thought he was going to win, because I didn't. I'm happy he did, though, because the guy's exciting and he's genuine. He's a genuine guy. Where would I rank it as an upset, though? I don't know, but he's up there for sure. Okay. You give me, yeah. I'm glad you give me a list here. Oh, no, you deleted it. The Rousey upset. It's hindsight, right? I think in hindsight, the Rousey upset's not as big of an upset, because I think MMA, in the women's MMA at that time, was still in its infancy. So I think there was a lot of more space for Rousey to really work her grappling game, and she didn't need to compensate as much. But at the time, it was huge, right? So I think we have to look at it from the present moment. They're very close in that respect. If you look at it from that perspective, they're very close. Hey, we've got 16 people in it. I have to keep looking to my other monitor to see it, because I'm sort of got the other YouTube tab up. So doing my best. Oh, here we go. Rousey, GSP. Matt Serra, GSP. Yeah, that's got to be up there. Sean, yeah. You're talking about Serra, GSP, right? The first one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd probably put that number one, considering the track record Matt Serra had at the time. Like, it wasn't even close, right? Izzy performance might be top 3 worst. No, I don't know. I can't agree with you there, Rama. I think it's a case of Izzy not really being bad, just Sean being really, really good. I think Sean did everything right. Izzy didn't do anything wrong per se. He just couldn't get what he wanted to do off. He couldn't get his jab. He loves that sticky jab where he plants it right in your face to sort of blind you and then fires the right hand over the top. That's how he got Pereira. Couldn't really enact that. Pereira did really well checking those leg kicks. At that sort of just in between the kickboxing and boxing range, was able to just stand there, pressure, and he was doing everything perfectly. So I think it was a case of Sean just doing everything right rather than Izzy doing everything wrong. That's how I'd say it. State of disbelief for like 3 days after that Sean win. I mean, yeah. Who wasn't, right? I mean, this is it, though. I mean, on the podcast, we were talking a while back, and I said Dricus du Plessis was going to get the biggest fraud check of his life against Robert Whittaker. And look what happened. And now I'm a fan of Dricus. Oxygenated Duplessis, mythical fighter. That's what I said. This is how it goes. This is a wild game. That's why we love it, right? Did and still doesn't feel real. I know. I know. Who would have thought Sean Strickland, the champ? Deshaun Strickland himself. But I'm happy about it. It's refreshing, right? It's a nice change of pace. He's not really putting anything over the cameras. He's real. He's still himself. You know, and I think there's something in that makes him so entertaining. That's why people love him, because he's real. My camera's not really focusing. I'm using a really crap webcam here, so I know it's not great. Doing my best. We'll get there, all in time. All in time. Yeah, a lot of good stuff planned for this year. The end of this year and going into next year, so it'll be cool. Deshaun Mayweather, yeah, first man to really probably bring the Philly shell in, and it's surprisingly effective, isn't it? I mean, the stats speak for itself. I think he's got the highest striking defense percentage in the division. It's like 61%, which is very impressive. Shows you how good it is. And we've heard stories before he won the belt of other fighters fighting him in sparring and just struggling so much to really deal with him. And it's sort of like it's gone under the radar a bit in terms of to the MMA like fan base and community, right? Francis versus Fury. Yeah. I was tempted to make a video on boxing versus MMA actually for tomorrow. It's not what I ended up going with. I might do that down the line, but that was the topic I wanted to touch on, was Francis versus Fury. And it's just, I think it shows you that boxing is not really in the same place as MMA anymore. And I don't really think it will be. Ivan, man, what's up? Good to see you. But yeah, I think Fury definitely is going to take that. I mean, as much as I don't like Fury, I think he's a bit of a knob. That's how it's going to go. Francis could catch him. It's got a puncher's chance, but no, I don't see it happening. Yeah, as I said, Ivan, man, what's up, man? Shout out to Ivan. One of the first people to give me a super chat, which was, I won't forget it. I won't forget it. I try and remember everybody's names. I do my best because I see people commenting regularly. So that does mean a lot. I do try. I try and respond to most comments, even the ones which are criticizing, you know, because you do get them. All part of the job. Think there's still any big potential upsets left for this year? Well, what have we got? I mean, we've got 294 coming up. That's the big one up next. Oliveira, would that be considered an upset? That could happen. I think that is an upset, right? Just about. I mean, the odds are pretty significant. I'm not sure. But, yeah, that card's looking good. Just on a bit of a tangent, 294 is looking real fun, so I can't wait for that. Thing about boxing versus MMA is that they have different fan bases. I don't know anyone that watches both. Yeah, I'm only really a watcher of heavyweights. You could call me a casual of boxing. I think the main thing about boxing I can't get into is the politics of it, right? In terms of fights you want never get made. If you put two guys from boxing into MMA, they would have had a trilogy done years ago. And in boxing, they sometimes don't even go against each other because you get loads of different belts, loads of different promoters, all complaining, wanting different things, different contracts, and it just becomes a bit of a headache. Costa beating Chimaev. Yeah, that would be an upset. I don't see it happening, though. I think it's going to be a Chimaev walkover, to be honest. I think Chimaev really going to make a statement. I think he was the guy I said in the welterweight division. I know he's at middleweight now, but at welterweight, he was the only guy I said had a good chance of beating Leon Edwards, because I don't think anyone beats Edwards at that division. Oh, yeah, Elliot Makayev for sure. Well, actually, I don't know. Makayev had a lot of hype around him. I've seen him fight. I saw him fight twice live. When he, in his debut against Durden, where he looked unbelievable. And then my point was he fought, someone's going to have to give me the name here. When he nearly got knee barred, right near the end and then got the finish right. He was closing on losing to a decision. So I think that really lost a bit of his stock there, but I wouldn't say it's an upset. Elliot's got the experience in the game. And again, it is an age thing. I do think Makayev will beat him. He's got youth on his side, got the drive. We'll see. But that would be, I could give that an upset. Costa Chimaev, yeah, it's 294, so in a couple of weeks' time. October 21st. And I have to give a shout-out to my podcast co-host that will be on here at some point in the future. Will, he's actually going out and filming for Nathaniel Wood out there, which is pretty crazy. So he's going out there to Abu Dhabi to go shoot some stuff. Boxing politics is rough, but it's part of the industry that lets fighters earn so much more. Yeah, against fighters in the UFC, I agree. I mean, and it's almost bad though in a way. I think they deserve to be paid, but I think in boxing you get not enough. Too much gets paid to the guys at the top, and the middle range, not enough to the guys at the bottom. They get paid nothing. So it's a tricky one. You need the balance. UFC, the baseline is too low though. Not enough people getting paid a good amount of money. Pantoja Royval. Yeah, I like that fight. I think Royval's really underrated. That knee he landed in his last fight against was it Nicolau? I think it was Nicolau. Really good. Pantoja's elite though. I think Pantoja's gonna beat him. I could see a submission, rear naked choke maybe. Third round. I like O'Malley, but I think that Aljo is the two best or GOAT at the bantamweight division. He is the GOAT, and I've never understood why people hate Aljo so much. I don't think he got dealt the cards he was given, right? I don't think he deserved the hate. He proved that was wrong in the rematch versus Jan. I think he pretty clearly won that fight, even though it was close. Looked good against TJ. I know you could argue the injury and stuff, but I think he was winning that fight anyway. And Cejudo, it was a great performance against Cejudo. And I never understood it, why he still gets so much hate. So I think he deserves the respect. He's definitely the bantamweight GOAT. He's got the most defenses in the division. What do you think about expanding the Ali Act to MMA? You're going to have to film me what that is, Tony. I'm assuming that's a boxing thing. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. So you're going to have to give me a rundown there. Yeah, the Fijo sub was nasty. Was that the sorry, I'm having a mind blank. Was that the one against Makayev? Was that the knee bar? It is, right, if I'm not mistaken. Pantoja only guy to beat Islam, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Alexander Pantoja knocked him out. Okay, I don't know why my camera's frame rate's just chopped up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. That guy who beat him does look remarkably like him, doesn't he? But he actually fell off really badly. If you look at where he went, pretty crazy. Lots of losses. That's wild how this game works. Yeah, the knee bar. Yeah, I was cringing when I was in the arena. I didn't really want to look at it. Partly because my bet was about to go down the drain. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Boxing law that separates promoters from managers. Yeah, I don't know. I think in boxing, you get, that's what causes, I don't know how good of a thing that is, because it just causes a lot more mess. I think in any fight, in combat, in any sport, actually, the simpler you make things, the more it's better it's going to be for fans. It's just clear up all the loose ends. You don't need to tie all these things together. Just make it simple as possible, and then we get the fights we want to get, and people get paid. That's what should happen. So I'm trying to adjust my lighting here. Running out of daylight. Diaz has been pushing for it in MMA. I didn't know that. I mean, Nate Diaz is a character, isn't he? So I don't know how. I've always been a bit on the fence with Diaz. I like what he does inside the cage. But, just randomly choking that guy out cold in the street for no reason. I think it's a bit of a bitch move, to be honest. But I don't hate him. He's Nate Diaz, isn't he? He's never going to change. Same with his brother. Is that background green screen? Yes, it is. I know there's this awful shimmering. It's to do with my lighting. I haven't figured it out. But the background I made myself in a game engine actually made my degree pretty useful. So it's a virtual environment, basically, which I've recorded. I made and I sort of made it together, built together, and then recorded it on like a loop. So we got like rain and shit. I can go and change it down the line. Just will take me a little while, but nothing crazy. Yeah, I hope you find it pretty cool, even though I know you get this wrong way again. This awful shimmering down here and on my edges. I'm trying to sort it out. It looks a lot better when I do it in DaVinci Resolve, but OBS just kind of, the chroma key on OBS isn't very good. So working on it. Put a green screen like you're in UFC press. I don't have that right now. I mean, I could. I'd have to download an image. Yeah, hang on a minute. Bear with me. This is going to look awful. If I can find a good image, I'll do it. I can't find a closer one. I will get one done for next time. Don't worry. Fresh uni grad in a startup. I mean, I am. That's quite literally what I am. I just graduated about a few months ago, actually. I was working on YouTube and this at the same time, and I was like, screw it. I could do both. Got the degree. I was like, thank fuck, come out of there. And now we're really committing to this more. Here we are. I mean, at uni, I was doing like, a video every 2 weeks? And now we're doing 2 a week. So, stepping up. Do you watch One? No, I don't, and I should. And I feel bad every time I see clips on it because I'm like, this looks so much fun. It's like so much fun, and I don't. Mats, man, what's good? Good to see you. This guy, regular commenter on the channel. Big shout out to him. So I say I try to remember everyone's names. I do my best. Yeah, you appreciate all the support, man. Thank you. I'll go get my tab back here. I need to see the live page on my YouTube. Ooh. Where is it? I've lost it. Great. I can still see you guys. Don't worry. If you can, though, do me a solid. Can you, if you want to like the stream, that would help me out quite a lot. You don't have to. I don't ask for anything from any of you. Just that you enjoy the content if you watch it. Thank you, man. Love that Muay Thai. Yeah, they do a lot of cool Muay Thai events. I think that's the selling point, right? That's what gets people in, you know. And we know how good DJ is over there. That Muay Thai hybrid event he did with MMA hybrid event he did with, was it with Rod Tang? I think he did. One fight is better than UFC. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and give you an opinion on something I'm not like massively educated on, right? So can't really give my opinion on that. I try and make videos on stuff I know I'm, you know, knowledgeable on, at least to an extent, right? And I don't like being too biased, but a place here when we're live streaming, I can actually give you my opinions. In my videos, I don't like doing that. I make one video about Ian Gary, and I get flamed by my McGregor fanboys. So it's just a lot of, you know, I don't want to deal with that, right? Who got between Pereira and Jiri? Yeah, we spoke about this earlier, Carter, but I think Pereira's got the better chance on the feet because Jiri leaves his chin open a little bit. But we'll see how that goes. You know, it's a great matchup, you know. As a fan, I love it. Watched my first one fight today. One streamer got to commentate and upload it. Oh, I think I saw that. Was that Summit 1G? I saw a clip of that. So only seen a little one, but I've liked the few events I've seen. Yeah, I've seen clips and it's awesome. I'm a UFC guy first, really, because that's a lot to keep up with as is. But and the women's MMA is way better than UFC. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, in Asia, it's a lot of fighters who guys don't know about who are really good. Oh, sorry, I just whacked my desk. There's a lot of good fighters out there, male and female, who are doing really well. It's so good. She called me okay with it. That's one way of putting it. Thank you, man. Yeah, I think saying they're really good. Yeah, don't know the dude is a 1 hour upload and the fights are wild. Yeah, I think it's Summit. I've seen that popped up on my recommended. Yeah, that's quite surprising. I'm quite surprised they did that. Oh my god, this green screen bleed is horrendous. I'm sorry. Working on it. I might, to be honest, I could just turn off the green screen, but do you like the green screen? Is it alright? Are you too bothered by it? Or do you think I should just turn it off? I know, man. 60 viewers. We're flying. There'll be plenty more down the line because I'm going to start streaming regularly, as I said. Be a fun time. Because, as I said, I want to connect with you guys a bit more. I don't think my videos are the best chance to do that, right? I get the community tab as well, but, you know, I don't get to connect with you guys, like, properly. And the live stream is probably the best way for me to do that, so. We're going to start doing that more. Looks like CoffeeZilla Studio. I'm glad you said that because my inspiration for even trying it out was from CoffeeZilla because I love what he does with his green screen. I was like, why don't I make it myself? I was like, I know it's not going to be as good and I don't have the good camera, which I'm going to invest in soon. Same with proper lighting. Yeah, I'm glad you said that actually because that was the inspiration. You don't care about this green screen? Ah, cool. It's a vibe. Keep it. All right. It's pink. You don't like the pink. I can change it. Not now, but I can change it off stream and tinker with it. I can change the lighting. Green screen. Wow. Okay. That's a bit sus, man. Don't know if I can be doing that. Don't want to get banned on my first stream. Can't be doing that. But yeah, the streams are, again, doing more streams, just an opportunity for me to speak my mind a little bit more. Give you my opinions on fights if you even want to hear them, and I can just talk to you guys. It looks cozy as hell, I'm glad. That's the vibe I was going for. Damn, I got my hair looking like a Lego man's hair. This is terrible. I care too much about it. Looks like you just take it off. Put it down. Wonderboy had the best striking. Yeah, I think in his prime, for sure. I think... Yeah, I could argue with that. Oliveira Islam. Yeah, we spoke about it earlier. Yeah, I mean, Hart says Oliveira, Brain says Islam. Because if you just go from the last fight, he was able to neutralize the grappling, and I think that's the difference maker, right? Are you Mexican? No, not sure how you. Don't know how you can infer I'm Mexican. No, I am. I'm English, British, from London. Like MMA Guru himself, who is an interesting person for sure. In terms of MMA content creators, he is one of the strangest. I think that's a good way of putting it. Come on, camera. Why isn't this focusing up? Come on. So he gets all choppy if the lighting's weird. I see what about me seems Mexican? What's your dream fight that got away? In recent memory, Masvidal Leon. Before Leon won the belt. I will stand by that Masvidal ducked him. He faked an injury to get out of that fight. It's my MMA hot take. I don't think he wanted any of that smoke at all, because Leon would have absolutely dog-walked him. That fight, I was pissed that didn't happen. When he pulled out due to injury, that was that was not a good time. I was annoyed about that. Respect from Russia. Love you. Thank you, man. This is great. No offense to anyone lives aggressively English. Wow. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's not too strong for British. Really? I don't know. I think it's pretty. I don't know what. Well, it's not going to be like. What do you expect? What do you expect when you expect someone who's British? I think it's just me. You know. I'm just me. It's my voice. I don't really. I try and speak a little bit more concisely on the videos, obviously, but I can be a bit more my own just normal voice when I'm talking on stream. I don't have to put on my recording voice so I can speak better. But yeah, I don't know. Now I'm running for the only one from the UK here. Now, well, you got me, man. Even if it's just us two. I'm not complaining, though. The more people from different countries, the better. I think that's awesome. I love that. The community, I want to build a big community of just every country. Let's do it. Oh, my God. This green screen is killing me right now. I'm trying. Oh, God. You can see a bit of my table there. I'm trying. There we go. Oh, actually, I might be able to turn this light on. Are you into any other MMA YouTubers? Yeah. Hang on, bear with me. I'll answer that. Okay, that is too bright. Or is that better? Oh, that's a little better. Yeah, I'm a big fan of... I quite like Lucas Tracy. I'm in his chat quite a lot, so you see me in there. There's some crazy ones. Yeah. I off the top of my head, Bedtime MMA, he's a new one I keep seeing. Rigo, they're all a little bit like unserious for my sake. Lionel Rivera, shout out to him. He makes good videos. Patrick Guyver as well. Consider doing watch-alongs. Yeah, I thought about it. In fact, that's actually me and my co-host Will from Casual Corner. As I said, we thought about doing that down the line, potentially in a couple of weeks. So you might see that. Talk about British stuff. Jaffa cakes. Jaffa cakes are the greatest invention of mankind, and I will die on the hill. They are my favorite like confectionery ever. If you don't know what Jaffa cakes are, get to know. Try and import them from the UK because they're genuinely the greatest things ever, and they're cakes, not biscuits. I like the style of Masvidal. His winning against Darren Till was crazy. Yeah, he had that sort of the bull rush sort of thing, right? When he charged in. I liked it. Oh yeah, fighting business. Of course, man. I love the fighting business. I big inspiration actually. I took a lot of my like writing kind of styles. I took a lot from him in terms of the way I script my videos, which is what I take pride in the most. So I'm a big shout out to fighting business. Mixed martial academic as well. Yeah, RM. MMA on point. Yeah. They're a little bit too like, I don't want to say corporate, but you know what I mean. They're a little bit too like they don't have the same personality as some of the other guys. So I don't watch them too much anymore. Back in the day, I did though. Napoleon Bonaparte, yeah, he's an OG of the game. Leon's a bum, nah, man. I gotta disagree with you there. There's nothing about Leon that makes him a bum. He beat Kamaru Usman twice. I don't think that warrants him. He's the worldweight champion of the world, and he's done it emphatically. So I don't know how you can call him a bum. I'm assuming you're just going to be you're a Colby fan. If you're calling Leon a bum, you're probably a Colby fan. There's no in between. I mean, Leon got crazy hate, though. Being a Leon fan before he won the belt was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. Getting flamed on MMA Reddit just because I said one good thing about him Back when Masvidal three-pieced him, and everybody hated Leon. And I just didn't get it. I was like, how can you not like the guy? He's just himself, and he's putting in good performances, man. And I'm so glad he won the belt. Like, that was my favorite, you know, as I said, it's my favorite MMA moment ever. Kamaru has no knees, brother. Yeah, well, Leon did well to capitalize on that, right? The leg kicks. So, you know, he fought a good game plan. I mean, Usman's getting on. That's why I had Leon winning the rematch, the trilogy fight, rather. So, wow, we got Jaffa Cakes here in Tesco. Yeah, as I said, if you haven't tried Jaffa Cakes, try them. But I actually just, I had an empty packet of them earlier today. So, check it out if you find the time. What are you referring to there? How many people? 17 people in there. We love to see it. We love to see it. Who's your favorite fighter right now? Tom Aspinall. My first video was on him, and for good reason. He's always been my favorite. He's a legend of the game, man. It's hard not to like him. I've said for the last like 2 years, he's probably the best heavyweight on the planet, and he just needs to prove it to the world now. He's unbelievable. Levels ahead of everyone else in that division, striking and grappling. I think he beats everyone in that roster. He beats John Jones. He beats everybody. He will go down as the best heavyweight of all time, for sure. I've never been more certain. Yeah, down the line. Yeah, he'll be a legend down the line. 100%. He'll be the heavyweight GOAT, for sure. No two ways about it, if you ask me. If you just watch the way he moves, he does not move like a heavyweight. He moves like a welterweight, and he's 260 pounds. Well, I said legend down the line. Not now, obviously. I mean, to me, he's a legend because I love him and he's English. Yeah. I'm just trolling. Love your content. Nah, it's all good, man. You can say what you want here. I don't mind. You can throw whatever opinions you want. Thank you. Ivan, but this fighter cuts a lot of weight. I walk around 200 pounds. Oh, Leon. Yeah, he does. I mean, well, and most guys do these days. You get weight bullies, right? That's just how it is. To be honest, Leon looks good in his weight cuts. So I'm not, you know, I've seen a lot worse. Josh Emmett looks like Lord Voldemort when he makes featherweight. So, Arsenal D-riding is stronger than Son. Yeah, it is. Unashamed. I don't care. Eddie Hall released a video with Aston yesterday. Yeah, I saw a highlight of that. I haven't actually watched it. I'm going to. That is on the to-do list. I've also got to start editing my video for tomorrow, which I'm procrastinating on. But I started writing a video. In fact, I'll give you guys, for those in here, a little bit of a sneak peek. Friday's video, I'm doing it on MMA curses. So you should look forward to that. That'll be a fun one. But Tuesday's one, tomorrow's one, keeping a secret. I might have to turn the green screen off because it's just looking horrendous right now. I'm going to see how this looks without it. Bear with me. How's that looking? That better? Do you prefer that? What are we thinking? Do I like dragons? Depends. I don't know. I mean, I like a dragon. I wouldn't want like a fight one or anything though. That wouldn't end well. I mean, I have got a bit of Welsh in me, so I kind of have to like dragons a bit. Will the EA cover curse strike Van Volt? I actually talked about this in my script that I was writing today. We'll see, right? Keep the studio mats? Okay. I'll keep it up for you, man. I know it's not perfect. If I had better lighting, we wouldn't have this issue. But here we are. Yeah. Will they shut it down? I don't know, man. I mean, he's claimed everyone except from... right, it was Jones. Jones was the only one that survived it, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, press green screen. I'll get it up. I can't find a good image of it right now. That's the only problem. Abu Smagomedov. Which one? Who is that? Is that the guy that fights Sean? Fought Sean Strickland? Is that Abu Smagomedov? Or am I crazy? Maybe if I get something wrong, I'm sorry. There's a lot of names, man. It's hard to keep up in this game. He's the only one who can end the EA curse. I could see it happening, right? But the thing is, even now, Volk's getting old as well. 35, featherweight. You never know, right? Yeah, he fought Sean Strickland. Yeah, I mean, he didn't come in with the best game plan, did he? He sort of went there for the finish and then gassed out and got demolished. So, Short notice. All good to have guys from Germany. He's from Germany, right? Coming in and representing. So I'm not mad about it. We'll see where he goes. Jones didn't lose, but he got into legal trouble right after the UFC game. Yeah. Lost on the legal front then, yeah. So we'll say the curse got him. The best one is the Conan one, though. That's the best Conan. I talked about it in my script. The Conan curse is wild. Go on, Conan O'Brien. It's over. You lose. Or just any talk show, actually. Seems to be pretty bad. 12 to 6 elbows are now legal. Is that true? Or are you just trolling? I haven't seen anything on that. I talked about it on the podcast, actually. It was an episode that didn't go out, but that's besides the point. I haven't heard about that. I don't know if anyone else can fill me in there, but... Damn, big up like an hour. Nearly crazy. It's flown by. Is it true? I don't know. I know what you're doing here. I don't want to have to look this up and you bait me into checking something and then it's a load of bullshit. I've seen this happen, man. Yeah, the Drake curse. Yep, that's in there. That's in the script as well. Don't worry. Vote goes on. I saw a stat recently. 61% of UFC fights are won by the younger fighter now. And I know I see it on cards. The younger fighter most ones. Yeah, it's true, man. I mean, this is it. This is the fight game. It's how it goes, man. Just the fresh talent comes in, young, hungry up-and-comers, taking down the veterans. That's how it is. It could happen. Topuria, if anyone could catch him, it's going to be Topuria. That guy hits like a freight train. So, we don't know. Craigo, man, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Another staple of the comment section on my channel. Yes. Big shout out to Craigo. Yeah, as I said, for anyone new, apologies for the crap quality on the camera and the shoddy green screen chroma keying. Lighting is poor. It is also dark outside where I'm at right now, so my fault for streaming a bit late. We'll work on it. Gotta go by. Thank you for stopping by, man. It's good to see you. You'll see more of this soon, so yeah, I'll stay on for another 10, 15 odd minutes and then I'm gonna have to jump off. I got some more stuff to do. But yeah, keep the questions coming in. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to interact with you guys a bit more. Get a bit more personal with the community, you know. Oh my god, look, this green screen is getting poor, man. Look at this. Abu's one of those few Germans, yeah, talks about overtraining because he was in camp since December. Oh, that's right. I think he had a fight cancelled, right? But under out the result, I believe him to be top 15 easy. He goes to American top team next camp. Okay, that'd be a game changer for him. We'll see. Sometimes a change in gym can be a massive difference. Dricus Duplessis and Ankalaev should be more promoted. I'd like to see Ankalaev versus Jury as the championship fight. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, Ankalaev was a bit unfortunate not to get the win last time. You could argue he should have the title, really. Dricus, I think, seriously underrated. He earned my respect. Not that means too much. But he earned my respect after the Whitaker fight. So. Volk has to move up even if he wins, right? Who else is left in featherweight? I mean, Arnold Allen. If he could string another win together, I'd always like to see him there. Yeah, I mean, I want to see the Makachev rematch. I think Islam won that convincingly. I don't really understand the Volkov conversation. Sorry, the Volk conversation of him winning that fight, but I think it was close enough, and Volk really put it on him near the end that we deserve a rematch there. Alex is overrated. Nah, he's good, man. On grappling, yeah, but if his takedown defense is really good, who cares? Adesanya is only a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, unless I'm mistaken, and he's one of the best middleweights of all time, so it's not the be-all and end-all. Striking-wise, he's elite, so I don't think you can call him too overrated. Who do I got? Pereira, Jiri? Yeah, we spoke about this earlier. I think it's Pereira, really, because Jiri leaves his chin open like crazy and swings like a wild man. As much as I love him, and I love his persona and this whole samurai shit he sort of leans into, but I think Pereira's much more disciplined on the feet. I could see him catching him. I love the fight, though. As a fan, I'm not complaining, right? It's great, but not one I'd bet on. Absolutely not. I try and bet safe when I do bet, which generally works out for me. Did I watch the Cedric Doumbé PFL debut? I didn't watch it live, but yeah, I saw. Pretty crazy. I thought about doing a video on him for tomorrow. Decided not to. But yeah, he is... Yeah. There's not much needs to be said there. What, 9 seconds? 8 seconds? Bought a mattress out in the walkouts. It's pretty cold. So I have to give him the credit, man. It's pretty cool. Oh my god. Focus up, man. Come on, camera. Production felt like a local event, and then all PSG sits front row. I know, man. And Mbappe's probably the most famous person to ever turn up to an MMA event. Plus, every top 5 lightweight versus Volk is a straight-up banger. It is, man. I mean, lightweight's stacked. It has been for years, right? So I'm not... I mean, Volk's always going to make a fight exciting. It always is. Hang on, let me just see what this looks like without the green screen again. How are we doing? God, focus up, camera. Sorry, I'm doing my best here. The lighting is not perfect, so it looks a bit shit. See, look, my hands gets all choppy because the light isn't good. It's just the struggles of having a webcam. Oh shit! Yeah, I just realized you can see the back. Hold up, we got to put it back on. My bad. There we go. See, this is a learning process, guys. Did I see the tweet with his Google stats? No, I didn't. What was the stats? You have to fill me in there. I'm just a casual. Nah, I'm dedicated just more to the UFC rather than I don't have the time to watch PFL and all that all the time. I like PFL. I like what they're doing. It's a bit of a time commitment. And as a UK fan, having to stay up all the time it's hard enough as it is, you know. You never find it. Okay, fair enough. Right, I'll give it a few more questions, and then I'm gonna have to jump off. But let me know. Give me your thoughts, guys. Anything. Give me a hot take. Give me an idea for the channel. Anything. I don't mind. Just speak your mind. So you're allowed to do here. You'll be seeing more of it. So. It's during lunch for us. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I wish I was like an American fan, so I could just watch the UFC at like a normal time, like a normal human being. But it's difficult, you know. I mean, we record our podcast on Sunday, so I stay up from Saturday night till like 6 a.m., sometimes longer. And then I got to go to bed, I got to wake up, and then I got to go eat, and then straight into the podcast, and then I'm editing the podcast, and then I'm going to start live streaming. So it's a busy day, Sundays for me. And it's going to get even busier. Now we're going to start live streaming regularly. So, but that's part of the game. Where do I watch the UFC? Right here, usually. On my computer. Because most of my mates, they're not into it, you know. This is the difficult part. Most of my friends aren't into UFC, which sucks, right? But watching it with people is always fun. So when I do get to do that, I do. So, and like I said, we are looking at doing watch-alongs. Me and my podcast co-host Will from Casual's Corner. So stay tuned for that. Masvidal created bare knuckle MMA. That's special. Did he? Or am I? Nah. Surely it was a thing before that. I mean, obviously he's got his own fight promotion, right? So I mean, maybe you're thinking of that. I love how the US fans ran about Twitter about having to wake up once in a blue moon. Yeah, I know. They did that for the, was it the Singapore card? Or maybe it was the Paris one. Something like that. Getting up really early or something. I'm like, you don't know the struggle. You don't know what it's like every Saturday. Do I think Wonderboy stands a chance against Shavkat? Yeah, we talked about this earlier as well. I am probably one of the very few people that Wonderboy thinks has a very good chance. As I said, if the fight stays standing, Shavkat has 0 head movement. I think Wonderboy has a very good chance of winning there. If it goes to the ground, though, Shavkat all day. But Wonder Boy it's a much closer fight than people are saying it is, and I think it's a great opportunity for Wonder Boy. It's his last real chance because he's old now, but I love for him to capture the belt, and that's the one fight that will springboard him up there that he can actually win. Because it was between him and Usman, wasn't it? There was a lot of talk about that. But the Usman fight didn't seem to happen, and that fight's not good for Wonder Boy at all, if you ask me. So I'm kind of glad he got Shavkat. I don't understand why people are painting this narrative of him being, fed to the MMA gods. I don't see it. I think he's got a good chance if it stays standing. Thing is, his takedown defense could be better, right? Gilbert Burns sort of got him at will. Did Bilal? Am I crazy, or did Bilal fight him? Yeah, well, Burns definitely did. So Burns had a lot of success taking him down. So, and Shavkat's way bigger than him. So we'll see, right? If it depends how good Shavkat's fight IQ is, because if he lets up on the takedowns and keeps it standing, I think that's probably the worst decision he can make. Crazy that Wonder Boy's 40-something whilst he looks like in his late 20s. Yeah, man, he's got the genetics. He's got the genetics. Nicest motherfucker's got the genetics. Can't hate the guy. You really can't. I honestly, when I think back, looking back on the Tyron Woodley fights, I just feel so sorry for him that he didn't get the nod there. But if he does win the belt somehow now, it'll make it even more sweeter, right? That would be such a fairy tale moment. I love it. But yeah, it's ifs and buts, man. We'll see. Yeah, he moves like it as well. He does, man. Crazy speed. Difficult to deal with. Probably stylistically on the feet. Like his stance lends itself to his age because he's able to fight on the outside like that. Doesn't have to worry too much about getting caught because he's always sort of sticking on that outside range. But it's the speed that's the difference maker. He's lost that speed and reaction time a little bit. Is he in his 40s now? Maybe I'm wrong there. I think he's 40. Could be wrong. I could be way off the mark there. Yeah, pretty crazy ride the last couple of weeks. As I said, I know I said it a million times, but thank you all for the support on the channel and the views. It's nuts. I mean, I've got Paddy the Baddie commenting on Craigo. He actually responded to you, right? Am I crazy? I don't know if you've seen that. I think he responded to your comment. I felt a bit bad because I kind of shit talked to him on my recent video, and then Paddy the Baddie turns up and he's like, "Oh, I subscribed." I'm like, "Oh man." Yeah, crazy couple of weeks. I can't lie. Pretty crazy how it's going. Gonna be a sad day when he retires. Wonder Boy, yeah, man. I know. It'll be a sad moment. I really hope he gets a chance for it's a hard fight no matter what it is. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I don't know how big the chat delay is on here. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys, right? Yeah, just working on it. Barack Obama is following MMA Weekly on Instagram. That's pretty cool. Hey, the more people that get into MMA, the better, man. I love it. That's why, especially in the UK, particularly, it's still got a pretty reputation as a bit of a blood sport. You know, the Just Bleed era. When it's not that, we know how big and professional MMA is and how safety-wise it's looked after. So, we're seeing that change now, right? So, the more mainstream people that get into MMA, I love seeing it, right? So, it's all a positive when I see stuff like that. Did Leon and Wonder Boy fight? If not, that'd be a good one too. No, there was a lot of talk about them fighting a while back. I think this was around the Diaz fight. Or no, near when Chimaev-Leon was organized. No one could get Leon a fight. And I believe there was rumors circulating back then. But no, it didn't end up happening. I know Wonder Boy called him out. And Leon didn't take it. Which I, at the time, kind of get. But, ifs and buts, right? It'd be a great matchup stylistically. Really would. I think that's Leon's to win though, right? He's just got the age. He's in his prime. Wonder Boy's on his way up. So I feel there's a clear pick there. But then again, that matchup lends itself to a random KO. It could happen. Crazy how underground MMA is. Jerry won his title. It was a really short story on during sports news, and that was it. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, obviously in the UK, we have Sports Personality of the Year, and Leon won. When Leon won the title, didn't even get nominated. Didn't even get nominated. That's absolutely insane. You beat the pound for pound best fighter on the planet in one of the biggest upsets, if not the biggest upset / knockout ever in the UFC's history, and you don't even get nominated by an award in your own country. So I'm pretty sure someone who does curling won it. Or like, what? Yeah, dumb. But it does. That's what I'm saying. It's the reputation. Boxing sort of has the reputation of being a bit of a gentleman's sport, quote unquote, which it isn't. It's a shame. I mean, Europe in general, yeah, as you said, Craigo, in Belgium, it's a problem in Europe. It doesn't really have the same level of reputation as it does in America or somewhere like Russia. Come on, camera. Yeah, I will look at investing in some better equipment. I know hopefully the mic quality is all right for you guys. I hope that sounds good. I haven't tinkered with it too much, but the mic quality should be good. It's just the video, obviously, and lighting. I am working on. It'll come. But it was never my first priority, right? Because I had to do the videos with the priority, and for the priority of the videos was, of course, good microphone, good audio, which I pride on. So take pride on. With the same thing here, I think Jerry was in the poll for the biggest sports person. Did not make the finals. I mean, at least he got in there, right? Leon didn't even get a lick in. He didn't even, no word of it. Crazy. Mike sounds great. Good. I'm glad. I'm happy about that. I mean, my first couple of videos, I was using my phone, and then I was using another mic I had, which was about £30, which was still a good mic for the price. But I go back and watch the other videos. The sound quality is nowhere near. You don't really know until you have something better, and then you compare the two. It's crazy. But yeah, we hit 11k subs today, which is awesome. Pretty wild, I gotta say. Crazy journey. Who knows what will be down the line, right? I say, a lot of people doubting and stuff like that. I ignore it, and then I just want to be part of this space about the sport I love. So this is why we're doing it. Look where we are here in a live chat with you guys. It's awesome. See, I should be going off. I want to stay on for a little bit more. This is good fun. I like talking with you guys. As I said, you don't get to do that with comment sections properly. Like, I can respond to you guys and thank you, but I can't really have proper conversations with you. So this is a good chance. Boxing does have 100 years of history, so I get what it's covered. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said about the gentleman sport thing. It still has that reputation because it's been around for years, right? If you had, yeah, I hope. Sorry, just quickly, I hope MMA gets that reputation down the line, and I think it will, particularly in Europe. Rama, if you had to choose who you pick as the real BMF, personally, I'd choose RDA. That's a good shout, actually. RDA's a killer, man. One of the vet of the game. I'd probably say Bisping, purely on the fact he won a belt with one eye and lied about it just to even get cleared to fight. And the fact he even continued fighting after getting a detached retina is pretty crazy. Knocking out Luke Rockhold like that. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased because he's English, but I don't think anyone can be too like that's not a rogue shout, right? I think that's pretty fair. Luke Thomas had a tweet about Mbappe being more relevant than Brady and compared their Google interest. Crazy difference. Yeah, of course it is. I mean, Mbappe's it's football or soccer if you're American in the chat. It's massive. It's the global sport. It's the world sport, right? So that's unsurprising. MMA will be as big in a decade or two. I'd hope so. I think it already is another track. This is what I thought about doing my video on. As I said, boxing's going down, MMA's going up. That's just how it is. MMA is miles clear. Hello, I've just tuned in, so I don't know what has just been said. What's your opinion on Rogan's recent comments about Muay Thai? Greetings from Greece. Konstantinos. What did he say, man? I didn't see that. Can anyone fill me in there? I'll be glad to... I'm glad to give my take. I just got to hear what was said. I can probably check, right, if I do a quick Google search, but I don't want to, like... Ooh. You can probably hear my keyboard. I'm sorry. Oh my god, my eyes. I can't find it. You're gonna have to fill me in here. Who's the GOAT? Before 285, I would have said GSP. Now I kind of have to say Jones. But if we're talking take steroid as an athlete, so how that someone carries themselves and puts the performances together, it's GSP or DJ. Actually, I might say DJ. Yeah, screw it. Maybe I'd do it just to be different. But I love Mike Mouse. He's legend of the game, man. I loved him. He's actually, someone said earlier about the Dream podcast guest or something like that. Did they say that? Or Dream something? I can't remember. But he would be on there. He would be on there. Mighty Mouse is a legend, man. Yeah, DJ for sure. The delay is not too bad, right? In terms of the comments, I don't know how long the delay is. This is all, again, as I said, this is new to me, so I just want to make sure everything sounds good on your end, guys. I know the video quality is not the best. DJ is a legend. He is, man. Legend of the game. My Mouse is so underrated, mainly because UFC did not market him well. Yeah, very true. I mean, there was less interest in flyweight back then, and I think you could argue that was because they didn't market Mighty Mouse correctly, which I think is probably the case because you see how popular flyweight is now and the success they're having. It's one of the most exciting divisions in the sport. I love it. You don't get scrambles like that anywhere else but flyweight. It's great. Very sad that they erased him. Yeah, man. That's how it is. I don't want to speak on Dana too much, but he's didn't agree with that. Iron Mouse he's a legend of the game. He's probably the most well-rounded fighter ever. He said the UFC should have Muay Thai or at least kickboxing bouts during their events like ONE FC. He proposed the idea to Dana, but refused it. Yeah, I like that idea. I think that's cool. I mean, I think they'd have to be a certain designated thing, right? I don't think you can... I mean, in the events? I don't know, man. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. Definitely not Muay Thai. Muay Thai's great. Kickboxing, I don't know. But definitely Muay Thai. I think that'd be awesome. Skinny family-friendly MMA guru. Don't know if I'll take that as a compliment. Something like that. Not really a huge... I mean, I don't hate MMA guru. He is what he is and he's successful, right? But if that's a compliment, I'll take it. I mean, I ain't family friendly. I don't know. I don't need to go to extreme measures to get my fan base, you know. That sounds like a little bit of a burn towards Guru. It's not. It's not really my vibe. Then he did say that he wants to do boxing, but he says a lot of things. He does, man. He says a lot. A lot of rubbish. A lot of shit. So don't trust anything. Like, you know, the worst one. How many how many downloads did he say the Power Slap game had? Over 300 million or some bullshit. Like, no. That's not... I actually almost respect it, the ability to just completely lie like that. Like, where do you get those numbers? Because it's a complete bullshit. But... Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker, do you think Walker can get it done? I mean, he fights crazy, so of course he can get it done. But does he? Statistically, no. Ankalaev is a far better fighter than him on paper, and judging by recent performances, I'd say Ankalaev is going to win that fight. But Johnny Walker's Johnny Walker, right? He's probably the wildest dude. That clip of him getting knocked out like 4 times in like the space of about 20 seconds and waking up in between. Only Johnny Walker would do that. Or when he got knocked out by Jamal Hill and he flew his arms up in the air like an inflatable tube, man, you know? Yeah, sorry, I got to ask again, is the delay okay? I don't know how long it's taken for me to respond to comments. I'm just reading them when they pop up, so if they take long, I'm sorry. I don't know how this is going. He'll knock out is the best. It is. It's crazy. Only Johnny Walker, man. Only Johnny Walker. Yeah, I don't know how this delay is going. I'm gonna have to have a look at this. 30 seconds. But like, is the delay with the chat okay, or is it long? I don't know if that's something I can change. As I said, this is all foreign to me, so I'm learning on the job here. If there's a problem, something I'll try and fix for sure. Okay, it's noticeable but not bad. Okay, I'll do my best. Because I see when I watch other people's streams, like their response is like instant to comments. So I'm clearly not that, because I'm clearly behind you guys. I'm popping up when they're popping up for me. So I'm gonna have to have a look at that. Just say when you can see next message. Okay. I'll let you know. Test. I see it. I see it, man. Hello, Big Trippy. How you doing, my man? Good to see you. Yeah, I think the delay is pretty bad. Nothing I can't fix though, right? I'll sort it out, guys. Don't worry. For next time, I'll sort it out. 17 seconds, Jesus. All right, I can fix that. No sweat. But anyway, sorry, Trippy. You joined at a pretty poor time, because I'm gonna have to level you and leave you guys. So I've got things I need to do, scripts to write, videos. I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm sorry. You joined at the wrong time. We've been going for a while, but plenty more streams to catch up and see. So don't you worry too much. We'll be there multiple times this week. I might stream tomorrow. Fuck it. Who knows, right? I'll see how it goes. Again, sorry about the camera quality. Something I'm going to try and improve in the future. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you